So, you're thinking about moving to Naples, Florida. Whether you're planning your retirement, relocating from up north, or you've just started doing your research, welcome. You're in the right place. In this video, we're going to cover everything that you need to know about living right here in Naples, Florida. We're going to cover the cost of living, the best neighborhoods to live in, and what the day to day life actually looks like. We're even going to cover a couple of things that most people don't discover until they've actually moved. And that last part is important, so make sure to stick with me all the way until the end because I don't want you to find out the hard way.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. My name is Daniel Abreu, and I'm the founder of the Abreu Group out of Realty One Group MVP. This channel is dedicated to helping people just like you navigate the whole Southwest Florida lifestyle and the luxury real estate market. So if that is something that interests you, make sure to subscribe below and tap the bell so that way you get a notification every time we drop a video about that Southwest Florida lifestyle. Before we get into it, we get texts, calls, and emails every single day from people just like you that are looking to make the move right here to Southwest Florida. And the truth is, we love helping people through that process. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to give me a call. You can shoot me a text, send me an email, or in the description below, you can click the link and schedule a Zoom call with me. We would love to help you make your move as smooth a process as possible. All right, let's get into it. Naples, Florida. I want to paint as complete a picture as possible for you, so I'm going to make sure to give you the good, the great, and yes, even a few things that might surprise you. I've broken this down into 5 things that you absolutely need to know before you make the move down here. Let's start with the one that catches most people off guard every single time: the cost of living. Naples is not a cheap place to live. And I want to be upfront with that because if you are comparing it to other Florida cities like Orlando or Jacksonville, this is a totally different world. As of this recording, the median home price right here in Naples starts anywhere between $700,000 and $800,000. And if you're looking at the luxury market, which does make up the majority of the real estate market here in this area, you are well over $1 million. And it only goes up from there. Waterfront properties, beachfront estates, gated communities, all of these can run anywhere from 2 million to well over 20 million in some of the more exclusive neighborhoods. Now here's the good news. Florida has no income tax, zero. So for a lot of the folks that are moving and relocating to the Naples area, retirees, business owners, executives, high income earners, that is a significant financial win. So depending on where you're moving from, that move alone can already save you tens of thousands of dollars. The day-to-day living, dining out, shopping, entertainment, Naples is upscale. This is not a budget destination. Fifth Avenue and 3rd Streets are lined with incredible shops, boutiques, restaurants, and you're going to pay accordingly. But most people who move here, they're not looking to cut corners. They're looking to enjoy a quality of life that they know would be difficult to get anywhere else, and that matches what they've worked so hard to build their entire life. One cost that catches people off guard every single time without fail: property insurance. Between the hurricanes and flood zones, property insurance here in coastal Florida is not what people are used to paying in other parts of the country. So it absolutely needs to be factored in to what your budget is when you decide to buy. But we're going to talk about that in a lot more detail here in a few minutes. Naples is made up of very distinct and very unique communities, each with their own personality, their own lifestyle, and their own price point. Each and every community is going to have a very different impact on your day-to-day experience living here. Let me walk you through a couple of the main neighborhoods that people talk about when they're considering moving to Naples. Let's start with Old Naples. Old Naples is the heart of the city. It's historic Naples with walkable streets, mature trees, and a great mix of classic Florida cottages that have been completely renovated right next to brand new custom estates. You're steps away from 3rd Street, 5th Avenue, and the beach. Home prices here will start around 2 million and go way, way up. But if you want to be in the heart of everything, this is the spot for you. Pelican Bay is one of the most established and sought after communities right here in Southwest Florida. And it sits right on the Gulf and gives all of its residents access to a private beach, which here in Naples, very, very valuable. Pelican Bay offers something for everyone. It has high rise condos, villas, estate homes, and the amenities are world class. Beach clubs, tennis, golf, walking trails. It is a full lifestyle package. Now let's talk about Port Royal. This place is in a league all of its own. It is arguably one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in all of Southwest Florida. Port Royal offers deep water access, private docks, custom built estates. We're talking 10, 20, even up to $40 million. So if you're in the market at that level, Port Royal is a name that you need to know. North Naples has grown tremendously over the past decade, and it's one of the more popular destinations for people relocating into this market. Communities like Tiburon, which is anchored by the Ritz-Carlton Golf Resort, Gray Oaks, Mediterra, Tails Park, are all here in North Naples. You tend to get newer construction, great amenities, and a little bit more breathing room than you would closer to downtown. And then you have areas like Bonita Springs and Estero, which technically not part of Naples, but they are just north of Naples and still part of this Southwest Florida luxury market. But we're going to go over those in future videos in a lot more detail. The point that I want you to take away from this is that Naples is not a one-size-fits-all market. Each of these neighborhoods is a world all of its own, and part of my job is to help you find the one that fits your lifestyle best, not just point you at the one that I think is the greatest choice. The next point that I want you to focus on, and this is the one that makes people fall in love with this area over and over again. The lifestyle here is exceptional. Let's start with the beaches. Naples Beach is consistently ranked one of the best beaches in the world. White sand, calm Gulf waters, and stunning sunsets. And it's not chaotic and crowded the way some of the other touristy Florida beaches are. This has a nice, genuine, calm feel that matches the community that it's in. Golf. If you love golf, you've landed in one of the best destinations that you could possibly dream of. Naples has more golf holes per capita than anywhere else in the country. Championship golf courses, private clubs, resort courses, take your pick. Boating and water sports are a huge part of life down here. The Gulf of America is your backyard. Most people who move to Naples end up buying a boat because it becomes a lifestyle. The dining and art scene is legitimately world-class for a city this size. The Artist Naples complex hosts the Naples Philharmonic and a number of cultural events. 3rd Street and 5th Avenue are packed with boutiques and restaurants that are just absolutely out of this world. This doesn't feel like a sleepy retirement town. It actually feels like a thriving, artsy coastal city. Now, I want to be honest with you about two things. First, Naples absolutely has a season. There is that time of the year when all the snowbirds arrive, and they're here for several months, all the way up until roughly about April. And during that time, the population here significantly swells, traffic can be a bear, and what used to be a 15-minute drive can easily turn into a 45-minute drive. It's frustrating, but that's just part of the deal. Second, summers here can be a bear. It's hot, it's humid, almost every single day is 95 or higher. It is a significant lifestyle change for people that are relocating from other parts of the country where they're not dealing with that humidity and that heat. However, most of the year-round residents, they find their rhythm within, they find a way to make it work. Plus, you live in paradise. So now let's talk about the real estate market here in Southwest Florida. Because if you're moving here, this matters. Naples, just like everywhere else in the country, had a significant surge from 2020 to 2022. And that frenzy, like everywhere else, has settled thanks to interest rates. The truth is, the market is normalized here in Southwest Florida. Buyers can take a little bit more time. They have more options, and they've had more negotiating power now than they've had in years, which makes for a very different real estate market than what we saw 5, 6 years ago. That said, this is not a distressed market. Prices are not just falling off a cliff. The demand has been consistent. The fundamentals here are strong. High net worth individuals from the Northeast and other parts of the market consistently continue to choose Naples as their destination. Cash purchases make up a significant portion of the luxury transactions in this market. What this means for you as somebody who wants to relocate here to Southwest Florida, this is actually great news. It means that you have options. You can be picky and selective. It means that you have time to make the right choice that fits both what you're looking for and the lifestyle that you want. A few years ago, you had 48 hours or less to really make a decision as to what you were going to do. That pressure is gone from most price points in this market, and it does make for a healthier market to buy in. If you want to know more about what's happening in the Southwest Florida market, what's selling, what's sitting, where the opportunities are, that's a conversation I absolutely would love to have with you. In the description below, you can click the link and schedule a Zoom call with me, and we can build a strategy that is directly tailored for you. And here it is, number 5, the things that most people don't find out until they make the move. I promised this at the beginning, and now I want to deliver. Number 1, property insurance. This is a big one. We talked about this a little bit at the beginning, and now we're going to go into it in a little bit more detail. If you are buying a home in Naples or anywhere in Southwest Florida and you plan on buying closer to the water, expect a hefty bill. Hurricane coverage, flood insurance, windstorm coverage, it can all add up quickly. I've seen buyers fall in love with a house. They love the price, they love the amenities. It has everything that they were looking for, checked all the boxes. And they go to submit an offer, they're in their due diligence, and they get their insurance quote back, and it is absolutely insane. I've seen some houses, not all, but some where insurance quotes have gone anywhere between 10 to 15 to $20,000 per year. That is something that you should know before submitting an offer because you need to factor that into your budget when you're buying a home. Number 2, HOAs. And this one catches a lot of people off guard because HOAs aren't really a thing the way that they are here everywhere else. These homeowners associations can be incredibly strict, and I mean very, very strict. They can regulate the kind of landscaping that you have on your home, whether or not you can park your car in front on the street in front of your house overnight, even what color to paint your house. And trust me, I've seen people that have this problem. If you're coming from a place where you had total freedom over what you did with your property, this is a real culture shift. So if you're buying in an HOA, make sure you read all of the HOA documents and understand what you're getting into. And if you don't read them, at least have a lawyer or your real estate agent read them so they can explain it to you. Number 3, summers in Naples are significantly quieter. The snowbirds leave, they go back up north. Everything kind of comes back to normal as far as traffic, right? However, that has an effect on the rest of the world the way that it is here. Businesses will reduce hours. My church even cancels some of the masses that they do on Sundays and just restrict it to a 9 a.m. and a 5 p.m. for the entire summer. Some businesses will close during this stretch. I know a gentleman who owns a men's shop on Fifth Avenue, and he closes up the entire shop during the off season and takes his entire staff to Cape Cod, and they don't return until season comes back down here. If you're planning to be here year round like me, just understand that the vibe here in the city changes a little bit and the energy changes a little bit during that off-season stretch. Some people love it. I do. There's significantly less traffic on the road and it's easier to get a dinner reservation. Number 4, flood zones are not created equal. It's really hard to determine sometimes whether an area is a high-risk flood zone just by looking at the address or by looking at where it is on a map. The flood zone designation is going to affect your insurance costs, your lender requirements, and your long-term risk. So this is something that I walk every client through before we even make an offer. Look, Naples is one of the most extraordinary places to live. Between the lifestyle, the community, the real estate, There's a reason that people all over the world choose Naples as the place that they want to plant roots. But like any major move, the more prepared you are, the better the experience is going to be. If you're seriously considering a move here to Naples or anywhere here in Southwest Florida, I want to be your resource. Click the link below, let's schedule a consultation, and let's walk through your timeline, your budget, and the lifestyle that you're looking for. We'll build a strategy that is tailored to you. I'm Daniel Abreu, and we'll see you on the next one.